And everybody can hear me all right? Awesome. I'm using a microphone, so if at any point you can't hear guitar or voice or whatever, just let me know. I think we might have a few more trickling in throughout. But to get started, thank you all for coming. Excited to be doing this now for your second month. Um, yeah, so we're going to learn a song and a tune for the Song and Tune of the Month workshop. The name says it all. Uh, we're gonna start out with a Norman Blake tune, another Norman Blake song, I should say, um, Daisy Dean, and then we're gonna do Susan Anagal slash Western Country, two names for the same tune. We're gonna do that for our fiddle tune. So I wanted to start out here at the beginning, just playing through everything so that you can hear it all at the beginning of the video if you're referencing back to it. So yeah, this is Daisy Dean. This is one that my partner Tater and I sing, and Norman Blake recorded it. It's actually on a record by Tut Taylor, who is a really great dobro player. The record I think is called Friar Tut. They do it in F sharp, which is just they're playing in G standard. They've both just tuned their instruments down a half step. G is a little bit high for me, so I'm actually going to play it in F. I'll teach it in F today, and then we can play through it in G a couple times at the end as well. But I'm going to start it out in F. For the guitar players, I'm doing capo 3 out of the D shape. Right, here's Daisy Dean. Down in the meadow on the first day of springtime, where the young grass now grows ever fresh and green, and the golden boys vanished with the sunshine and flowers and the roses and my darling Daisy Dean. None knew her but to love her, the dear one of my heart. How the memories are ever fresh and green. How the sweet buds may wither, fond hearts be broken. I love you, my darling Daisy Dean. Brown silken tresses, just like a raven in a fair form that was never seen. But the death angel took her from this weary world of sorrow. I lost her, my loved one, Daisy Dean. I knew her but to love her, the dear one of my heart. How the memories are ever fresh and green. How the sweet buds may wither, fond hearts be broken. I lost her, my darling Daisy Dean. How the sweet buds may wither, fond hearts be broken. I love you, my darling Daisy Dean. All right, Daisy Dean. So that one was originally by Grandpa Jones, one of the original Opry performers, one of the original kind of like country music stars, characters. And yeah, not a ton of recordings out there. My personal favorite is the one that Norman Blake sings with Tut Taylor. Before we go into that one, just gonna play through Susan Anagal. Now this one is kind of an old time standard. I learned this one from Bruce Molsky. Um, there's some great recordings of him playing it out there, and
All
just
right,
about
what's the name? What's the name of it, Max? The
Susan
two.
Anna Gal, like the name Susan Anna and then Gal. Some recordings are Susanna, like one word, like "Oh Susanna." Some recordings are called Western Country. It's really close. There's another tune, "Fly Around My Pretty Little Miss," that it's got a lot of similarities to. Sometimes you'll hear the verses interchanged on the two of them. But if you want to go back and listen to kind of, at least what I know is one of the older versions is listen to Tommy Jarrell. That's Tommy Jarrell with a J.
Is he an old fiddle player?
Yeah, he was an old Appalachian fiddle player, and I think he lived up until the '90s or the 2000s, but he kind of became really well known and spread a lot of this music because he would like have people come to his house and would just like have these kind of giant picking parties on his front porch. And so a bunch of the like younger hippies at the time in the 70s, 80s into the 90s, um, I know a lot of musicians who kind of like made pilgrimages out to that area to learn from him.
We were talking about Passim before, and I did most recently the old time session over there.
Oh
And
yeah,
Ruth and John were pointed us in the direction of some of his fiddle playing videos.
yeah, totally. For that region, he's like just kind of like one of the cornerstones of that music. It's funny. Old time is such a broad genre because it kind of exists everywhere. Like all different regions around the country have their own unique kinds of old time music, and um, yeah, like Appalachian old time is kind of what we think of as old time music, the kind of like big blanket term. And when we think of that, we are thinking of Tommy. So that kind of just goes to show his influence on the genre. But all that being said, here's Susan Anigal. I'm just gonna teach this as a tune, but while I play it, I'm just gonna sing a couple of verses. How'd you make your living now, Susan Anigal? Drinking whiskey and playing cards, Susan Anigal. I'm going to the Western Country now, Susan Anigal. I'm going to the Western Country now, Susan Anigal. Here's the B part. Susan Anigal. So actually, why don't we start with that one while it's fresh on our ears, if that sounds good with everyone. Yeah, if you're interested in old time music, the Old Time Ensemble at Passim is a good resource. Any books by Brad Leftwich, he's got a great. I don't need to spend time digging through my shelf, but he's got a great old time fiddle and banjo book, and both of those kind of talk about the area that the music was coming from and give some kind of geographical and historical context to the music, which is just, you know, you can't get enough of that when you're talking about traditional music. All right, so let's start out with Susan Anigal. So I encourage you to have the sheet music handy during your practice session after this session. However, I encourage you to turn it over for this for now. We're gonna just learn it by ear, and then yeah, like I said, use it for reference. But for now, just taking it by ear. So we're gonna start out
Max,
with
where is the sheet music?
excuse me. I just sent it out in an email, so it should be
great,
in your
thank you.
inbox.
Okay.
So if you don't have it in front of you, you're in good shape right now. All right, so let's just go with the melody. This tune is pretty straightforward. It's every section is 8 bars. It's in 4/4. There's no crooked measures, no surprises or anything. We are in the key of D. So let's actually start out just by playing a D major scale. Here's your root note. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, ready, go. One more time. 2, 3, 4. Now from there, I want you to play 3 notes up. So D major plus 3 notes. 1, 2, ready, go. And keep going. Now go up 5 notes. Now go up 6 notes. We're topping out at B here. So let's do the D major scale. Repeat this note and go all the way up. So it's like an octave and then up a 6th. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat that note. And come back down. All right, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat this note. Sweet. So we're actually not even going to use all of those notes. We're going to use there and then down to the 5th is going to be the range. And we are starting on the 3rd, so that is an F sharp. You can count up from the root, 2nd, 3rd. So the first phrase of this, we've got so that's F sharp, E, D, A, B, D, A, B, D, A. A, B, D happens twice. timing. We've got quarter, 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 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, half. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next phrase. A, B, D, F sharp. We're just gonna let it hang out. Quarter, 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 quarter. Whole note, 2, 3, 4. That's A, B, D, F sharp. A, B, D, F sharp. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put it all together. I'll loop the first 4 measures and just listen this first time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually going to slow it down a hair just because there's that kind of quicker 8th note passage. Want to get that clean. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and rest. Two, 3, again. Rest. Two, 3, 4. Rest. We'll do it one more time. Here we go. Rest. And listen here, this is the second half of the A section. Rest. Exact same rhythm, almost exact same melody. We're just resolving to the D now. And we're going A, B, C sharp, D. A, B, C sharp, D. Let's do that one more time. This is the 4th phrase of the A section. 2, 3, 4. A, B, C sharp, D. One more time. All right, let's do the 3rd and 4th phrases. That's one and 2 and 3 and 4 and rest. One more time. Here we go. Rest. All right. I'm gonna put the whole A section together. 1, 2,
3, 4. Two, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, and repeat. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Sweet.
Ma-
Feeling.
Max,
Yeah, what's up?
can you just tell me the chords? I'm not going to be able to do the melody with you. I still don't know the
Absolutely,
fretboard
yeah.
enough, but it sounds like we're in D and G and A.
Yeah, yeah. So really quick, is everybody good on the melody before we transition over to the chords? Cool. Okay, so yeah, we're in the key of D, and in the A section, it's mostly D. There's a quick turnaround to the A chord at the end. So we've just got the 1 chord being D and the 5 chord being A. And it goes D, still D, still D, D, A, D. At the very end there, D, A, D. So why don't we
Is this unusual in starting on the third? Like every time I learn a new melody or something, it seems to start on the 5.
Oh yeah. No, I feel like that's kind of just probably a coincidence. I feel like it's unusual when the tunes don't end on the root. Like a tune like Angela and the Baker being so common and it like resolves to the 5th every time, like that's kind of a weird thing to me. But yeah, I feel like the melodies just start all over the place. But it is funny. I feel like that happens to me too. Like I'll be learning a stretch of tunes and it's like, why are all of these tunes doing this one thing? Um, but yeah, we're starting on the third here, and we've just got that quick turnaround to the 5 chord. So why don't I play the melody a few times, and y'all back me up on your end. So we'll be at this tempo. Get the boom check machines turned on. A 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 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 A, D. Again, D, 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 A, D. Let's do it again. Da 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 dee da ba do ba do dee day day da 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 dee da do da 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 ba da 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 dee da 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 dee da I accidentally went to the 4 chord there, but it should have just been da 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 da. I see somebody put something in the chat. Oh, that was from a while ago. Sorry.
So it's 4 chord or is it 5 chord or only?
It should just be a 5 chord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Feeling good on that? And on the handout that is on that I just sent y'all, Can you see that? I've written out the chord, so you've got it there as well. So let's go into the B section, and let's do this now opposite order. So let's go chords first. This is like one of the super standard, bluegrass old time chord progressions. 1-4-1-5. Da 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 da. And then 1-4. Da 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 da. Quick 1-5, back to 1. Da 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 da. 1 da 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 da. 1 5 1 4 1 5 1 again. That's 1 da 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 dum. Da 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 dum dum dum. All right. Excuse my radiator that's hissing, by the way, if that's if you can hear that. So yeah, going on to the melody. We're starting on the same note on the third, but this time we're going up. That's our first phrase. We've got F sharp A, just 4 quarter notes. Quarter, 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 quarter. And then we've got the boo-bop, boo-bam, shoo-bop, boo-bam rhythm. That's A, B, A, B. F sharp A, F sharp A, B, A, B. 1, 2, 3. F sharp A, F sharp A, B, A, B. And now add an A at the end of there. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so the first phrase and the second phrase kind of dovetail into one another. We're anticipating the downbeat of the third measure. So we're essentially jumping the gun and we're coming in on the fourth beat instead of the downbeat. So that sounds like 4, as opposed to coming in on 1, 1. So we're pushing ahead there. The most important thing is this is what it sounds like. Da 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 dum. So I'm gonna loop that a few times. Don't worry about playing that right now. I just want you to sing that, and don't even worry about singing the melody the first time. Just thinking about getting the rhythm with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 dum. Let me find my starting note this time. Sorry. 2 dum dum da 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 da. 1, 2, 3. Da 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 dum. Bum 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 bum. 2 more times. Dum 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 da dum da dum da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. One more time. Da 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 dum. All right, so we're gonna start. I'll count us in on I'll count us in with 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1, 2, 3. A, B, A, G, F sharp, A, E. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Couple more times. 2, 3. How's that coming? That's kind of a tricky one. Do we want to do it a few more times, or are we feeling like it's coming along?
It feels good to me as a standalone. Now to drop it in with all the rest of the stuff will be hard.
Yeah. So like I said, the first and second phrases dovetail together and we get this da 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 dum. Ba da 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 dum ba da 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 dum. 2, 3, 4. And you're pretty much there because the second half of the B section goes. So there's no A here, but we start on an A. There's no A down the octave. A, B, A, G, F sharp, E, B, C sharp, D. A, B, A, G, A, B, A, G. There's the first 4, the second 4, F sharp, E, B, C sharp, D. F sharp, E, B, C sharp, D. Two, 3, 4. Two, 3, 4. Now we're gonna push that first beat, so it'll be 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. Let's put the whole B section together. 1, 2 from the very top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two, 3, 4. Ending lick. 2, 3, 4. Two, 3, 4. Again, 3, 4. Da 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 dum. Da 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 Susan Anigal. Any spots that you had questions about, or any spots that you wanted to go over, or shall we just play through the whole thing a couple of times?
That timing,
Hmm.
a little shift or syncopate or whatever um, you'd call it. Does that show up in all the recordings or just in like or interpretations or just particular versions like we're following?
Well, so the one that I'm teaching you is like kind of based off of the one that I learned from Bruce Molsky. But I've kind of, taken some things out. Of course, like the version I learned was fiddle, so there's some bowing stuff going on. Um,
Okay.
with this version, I've kind of tried to dilute it down to not its most basic form, but like a more teachable form.
Okay. So, but if I listen to him, I'll hear the rhythm as he's playing. Da
Totally.
ba da. You
Yeah,
the
I can't guarantee he'll do it the same every single time, but
okay.
yes, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Hmm. Cool. Well, let's play along together. We'll do it 2 or 3 times, and I'll up the tempo halfway through. Two, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the B part. Here's the B part. Let's do it one more time, a little bit faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. at Susan Anagal / Susanna Gal / Western Country / almost fly around my pretty little miss, but not quite the same. All right, let me switch over to the guitar. So again, I'm playing out of the key of I'm playing in the key of F. For the guitar folks, that's capo 3. I'm playing out of D. Of course, with everything, with all songs, figure out what key works best for you. Again, for me, G is a little bit high, but just for the sake of playing this in a key that's more common to play in, I do want to just sing through this in G a couple times at the very end of the session. But let's start this. I know that I've taught this song to a couple of you, so just gonna go over the chords for each of the sections. The verses and the choruses are slightly different from one another. The A section or the verse is gonna be down in the meadow on the first day of springtime, where the young grass now grows ever fresh and green, and the golden boys vanished with the sunshine and flowers and the roses and my darling Daisy Dean. So just 1, 4, 5 in a pretty predictable pattern. The only thing that is uncommon about this tune is that the one chord, the second time, it gets an extra boom chuck, I guess. So we've got down in the meadow on the first day of springtime, where the young grass now grows ever fresh and green. 2, 3, 4. So I guess it's either 3 or 6 beats on that chord, depending on how you look at it. Down in the meadow on the 4, 4, where the 1, 1, 1, 1 to the 5, and the 1 da 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 to the 4, and the 1, 5, 1. That's normal. The chorus, everything is straight in the chorus. It goes 4, 1, 1, 5, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. All right, so all together. From the top, I'm gonna go through the verse and chorus, saying the chords. And if I were writing a chart, I typically write like 1 cymbal per 2 boom chucks. So I would write like 1, 1, 4, 4. Go to the next line. 1, 1, 1. 5, 5, 1, 1, 4, 4, 1, 5, 1. The chorus. 4, 4, 1, 1, 1, 1. 5, 1, 1, 4, 4, 1, 5, 1. And notice that the last 2 lines of the verse and the chorus are the same. So it's really just those first two lines that are getting changed. We're kind of coming back to that same theme at the end of the chorus. So let's start by writing some words. If you guys could grab a piece of paper and a writing utensil. I sent you the lyrics in the email, so everyone should have that. But if you've taken anything lyric involved with me before, you know that I love making people write out the words because I truly believe that it's the best way to do it. I do it for all the songs that I need to, especially if you're learning like, a Bob Dylan song or something, or an old folk song with a million verses. It's the best way to do it, especially if you're trying to do it quickly. So let's handwrite the first verse and chorus of this. I'm just going to go over the first verse and chorus for this class. The second verse is almost the same. There is a couple of different things, but you'll have to listen to Norman for that one. So the first verse, we've got down in the meadow on the first day of springtime. Down in the meadow on the first day of springtime. A lot of good seasonal imagery in this song. So down in the meadow on the first day of springtime, where the young grass now grows ever fresh and green. Where the young grass now grows ever fresh and green. Some pretty awesome G alliterations in there. But the golden boys vanished with the sunshine and flowers. But the golden boys vanished with the sunshine and flowers. And then the last line, with the roses and my darling Daisy Dean. So I'm just going to repeat that whole thing one more time. Down in the meadow on the first day of springtime, where the young grass now grows ever fresh and green. But the golden boys vanished with the sunshine and flowers, with the roses and my darling Daisy Dean. Good to go on to the chorus? Sweet. Chorus. None knew her but to love her. None knew her but to love her. The dear one of my heart. How the memories...
I'm sorry, Max. That's the chorus we're doing?
Correct, yeah. We're starting the chorus with none knew her but to love her. So again, from the top of the chorus, we've got none knew her but to love her, the dear one of my heart. How the memories are ever fresh and green. How the memories are ever fresh and green. Next line, how the sweet buds may wither. Fond hearts be broken. I love you, my darling Daisy Dean. So from the top of the chorus, none knew her but to love her, the dear one of my heart. How the memories are ever fresh and green. How the sweet buds may wither, fond hearts be broken. I love you, my darling Daisy Dean. And actually, while I have you here, why don't we just write down the second verse? If you listen to the Grandpa Jones version, he
Can
does.
I ask?
Yeah, please.
How the sweet bud may wither and something hearts be broken. What
Yeah.
comes before hearts be
So
broken?
it's sweet buds plural.
Sweet.
B-U-D-S. Sweet
Okay.
buds may wither. Fond, F-O-N-D.
Fond.
Fond, yeah.
Fond hearts be broken.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Like two hearts that are in love with each other being broken. Any other questions? Cool. So verse 2. Oh, her brown silken tresses. That's tresses with a T. Tresses. Oh, her brown silken tresses, just like a raven. And a fairer form that was never seen. And a fairer form that was never seen. So that one's kind of gets some weird. It's very, very kind of like old. I feel like there's got to be some like old English poetry connection to this song. Oh, her brown silken tresses, just like a raven, and a fairer form that was never seen. But the death angel took her from this weary world of sorrow. So that's, but the death angel took her from this weary world of sorrow.
The dead angel? Death angel?
The death angel, yeah. And then last line, I lost her, that loved one, Daisy Dean. I don't know why he says that loved one and not my loved one, but that's what he says. I lost her, that loved one, Daisy Dean.
For some reason, I keep wanting to write Daisy Duke.
I always sing when I'm joking around with Tater, I always sing, I lost her, that loved one, Jimmy Dean. Yeah, a little Dukes of Hazzard remix. So that second verse, oh, her brown silken tresses, just like a raven, and a fair form that was never seen. But the death angel took her from this weary world of sorrow. I lost her, that loved one, Daisy Dean. None knew her but to love. Cool. All right, let's learn some melodies.
Can I just ask you a question?
Please.
I'm trying to watch your fingers, and I see when you're doing the D, and I see when you're doing the G and the A, but it looks like there's some. Is there a different chord form in there, or are you only doing D,
Well,
G's?
I'm doing that sometimes on the D. I'll play a D with the
Yep,
open D in the bass, and then I'll
yep.
play F sharp in the bass, which just
Oh,
leads really
yep.
nicely. It's kind of like an intermediate between D and G.
Great. I'm
Yep.
just like, what are you doing? What is that chord? Okay, thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, totally. All right, let's get some melody. So here we are starting, just for you, Jim, we're starting on the fifth of the scale. Down in the meadow. So we've got down in the meadow. 2, 3, 4. Down in the meadow. We'll do each of these 2 or 3 or 4 times each. 2, 3, 4. Down in the meadow, on the fur. Down in the meadow, on the fur.
first day of springtime. Oh, on the first day of springtime.
So that starts on the second of the scale.
On the first day of springtime.
Using scale numbers, we've got 2 1 1 7 1 2 1.
Down in the meadow on the first day of springtime.
1 2 3 4.
Down in the meadow on the first day of springtime.
Some really neat notes happening over the chords here. Like if you stop on the word day, which is the 7th note of the scale, over the 4 chord.
Down in the meadow on the first day of...
And we don't usually hang out there, so it sounds weird when it's isolated.
First day of springtime. First day of springtime. Where the young grass now. Where the young grass now.
So here we're going from the root down to the 5th.
Where the young grass now. Where the young grass now. Where the young grass now.
And it's the flip down on young is kind of peculiar. Try to hold out the vowel part of young. Try not to go where the young and go to that in G really fast. Where the young, where the young. Try to make sure that you stay on that O until you transition down to that last note.
Where the young grass now grows ever fresh and green. Grows ever fresh and green. 5 5 6 5 3 2. Grows ever fresh and green. Grows ever fresh and green.
So we're going to put that all together. Down in the meadow. 3 4.
Down in the meadow on the first day of springtime, where the young grass now grows ever fresh and green. Down in the meadow on the first day of springtime, where the young grass now grows ever fresh and green. But the golden boy's vanished.
Same arc, we've just got some more syllables to fit in here.
But the golden boys.
So we're going up on B of boys.
But the golden boys vanished. But the golden boys vanished. 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 6 5 3 3. With the that's 2 1. But the golden boys vanished with the sunshine and flowers. 1 7 1 2 1. Sunshine and flowers. But the golden boys vanished with the sunshine and flowers. And the road darling. And the roses and my darling roses and my darling Daisy Dean.
Yeah, so kind of a double 3-note run.
And the roses and my darling Daisy Dean. And the roses and my darling Daisy Dean. With the roses and my darling Daisy Dean.
Let's do the whole verse together. Any questions about any of those lines? 2, 3, 4.
Down in the meadow on the first day of springtime, where the young grass now grows ever fresh and green, but the golden boy's vanished with the sunshine and flowers, with the roses and my darling Daisy Dean. Down in the meadow on the first day of springtime, where the young grass now grows ever fresh and green, but the golden boy's vanished with the sunshine and flowers, with the roses and my darling Daisy Dean.
One more time.
Down in the meadow on the first day of springtime, where the young grass now grows ever fresh and green, but the golden boy's vanished with the sunshine and flowers, with the roses and my darling Daisy Dean.
All right. Yeah, stretch out those necks. I didn't do my singing warm-ups today. My neck is feeling tense. Cool. Any questions about the verse before we go on to the chorus? Sweet. I just need to take a sip of water because I'm getting parched. Turns out the coffee doesn't hydrate you like I think it does. All right. So yeah, just to give ourselves a little break from singing and learning. Well, I guess not learning, but learning music. Yeah, this is, like I said, from a Tut Taylor and Norman Blake. Well, technically a Tut Taylor record. Norman plays on most of the songs, and the two of them played a lot of guitar and dobro duets together. Tut Taylor was like kind of one of the early great dobro players, like before Jerry Douglas was a thing and was playing on every single person's record. Tut Taylor was kind of one of the big early bluegrass stars of the dobro. And then of course Norman Blake is like kind of one of the great guitar flat pickers and singers and songwriters, and he wrote songs like Church Street Blues and Ginseng Sullivan and Randall Collins and a ton of these songs that have kind of like really seeped their way into the bluegrass canon. So yeah, any of Norman's records with Tut are great. Norman has some great records with Tony Rice, just some duo records that are just like, you know, if you're into bluegrass guitar and flat picking guitar, like listening to Norman and Tony play together is so cool because Tony is just like insanely technical and Norman is insanely technical too, kind of in a different way, but they're both just like two of the most soulful representations of the guitar, and hearing them play together is really fantastic. And Norman came before Tony, so you know a lot of stuff that Tony's doing, he's getting from Norman. A lot of this like really heavy cross picky stuff. Like a lot of times we do all this boom chuck. You listen to Norman, and for him, like the boom chuck is actually like booga dooga boom jan, booga dooga boom jan. So yeah, Norman Blake, great guitar player, one of my guitar heroes for sure. Yeah, and going on to the chorus now. So we've got none knew her but to love her, and we're going to the 4 chord to start the chorus off. So none knew her but, and here we're starting on the root note, and we're going up to the 4th, root up to the 4th. None knew her but to love her. None knew her but to love her. And then up to the 6th. So we're actually outlining the 4 chord here. None, root, root, root. None knew her but to love her. Root, root, 4, 4, 6, 6, 6. Sorry. None knew her but to love her. Root, root, 4, 4, 4, 4, 6. Something like that. I'm getting myself all mixed up. None knew her but to love her. Going up on her is what I'm trying to say. None knew her but to love her. None knew her but to love her. The dear one of my heart. The dear one of my heart. The dear one of my heart. That's 6, 5, 5, 6, 5. None knew her but to love her, the dear one of my heart. None knew her but to love her, the dear one of my heart. None knew her but to love her, the dear one of my heart. None knew her but to love her, dear one of my heart. How the memories are ever fresh and green. How the memories. That's between the 5th and the 3rd. How the memories are ever. How the memories are ever. Root 3, 2, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 6, 5, 3, root 3, 2. How the memories are ever fresh and green. So let's sing the chorus up until that. One, 2, 3. None knew her but to love her, the dear one of my heart. How the memories are ever fresh and green. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3. None knew her but to love her, the dear one of my heart. How the memories are ever fond hearts be broken. So this is now, it's the same chords as the verse, the last two lines. It's also the same, pretty much the same melody. How the sweet buds may wither, 5, 5, 6, 5, 5, 3. How the sweet buds may wither, fond hearts be broken, fond hearts be broken. It's the same, we're kind of just taking out a lot of notes. There's a lot less syllables to fill here. How the sweet buds may wither, fond hearts be broken. I love you, my darling Daisy Dean. I love you, my darling Daisy Dean. So this is the same as with the roses and my darling Daisy Dean. I love you, my darling Daisy Dean. Let's go from how the sweet buds may wither. 2, 3. How the sweet buds may wither, fond hearts be broken. I love you, my darling Daisy Dean. Yeah, from the top of the chorus. 2, 3. None knew her but to love her, the dear one of my heart. How the memories are ever fresh. Excuse me. How the sweet buds may wither, fond hearts be broken. I love you, my darling Daisy Dean. None knew her but to love her, the dear one of my heart. How the memories are ever fresh and green. How the sweet buds may wither, fond hearts be broken. I lost her, my darling Daisy Dean. Let's go from the first verse. First verse into the chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down in the meadow on the first day of springtime, where the young grass now grows ever fresh and green. But the golden boys vanished with the sunshine and flowers, with the roses and my darling Daisy Dean. None knew her but to love her, the dear one of my heart. How the memories are ever fresh and green. How the sweet buds may wither, fond hearts be broken. I love you, my darling Daisy Dean. Whole thing one last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down in the meadow on the first day of springtime, where the young grass now grows ever fresh and green. But the golden boys vanished with the sunshine and flowers, with the roses and my darling Daisy Dean.
taught to love her, the dear one of my heart. How the memories are ever fresh and green. How the sweet buds may wither, fond hearts been broken. I lost her, my darling Daisy Dean. I love you, my darling Daisy Dean.
Well, cool. Well, I think if it's all right with everybody, I don't know if my voice can handle G right now after a day of teaching and talking. F is starting to feel a little bit high on the chorus there.
Thank you. This is
Those were
awesome.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you all
Yeah,
so much.
Thanks so much, Max.
Yeah. Well, I will send out just a follow-up email with the archived video so that you can reference back to it. And I'll send out the email blast sooner so that you can get it on your schedule for the next one.
Thank you. This is
Yeah.
great.
Thank
Bye,
you all.
everyone.
Been
Have a
great seeing
good
you.
night.
Thanks so much.